Okay, I am back. Hopefully, OBS is cooperating and actually giving you my audio. Where was I? I was going to set this over here, actually. I was going to... Ooh, that's not the right spot. There. I was going to find a piece of cardboard and start gluing stuff to it. That's... Actually, this is a lot bigger than I need. Okay, there we are. So, we will start by gluing this to this, and we will cut around it, and then we will glue that to the other side. At least that's my plan. As I said, I've never done this before. I've never done a Piecepack before. There. And so, hopefully, that is a viable plan. I'm not 100% certain that it is. We will just go with it until we are proven right or wrong. So we get a lot of glue on here. All right, you stay there. All right. That seems somewhat affixed, and hopefully it will become better as time goes on. It will dry. So Laurel, are you hearing me, or is OBS being obnoxious? I'm hoping that I am being heard on stream. Oh my goodness, that's not being as cooperative as I would like it. I'm going to put the cap on this. I don't want that. So. Get enough glue on this edge. I might consider this more of an experiment than anything else. Who knows how well this will work? I'm sure somebody does. There might be somebody out there who's going, "What? What are you doing? No, don't do that. It's terrible. It's bad. It will never work." Well, to you I say, okay. Maybe I'll do better next time. Alright, so if I go deep, looks good, or acceptable. Come on. getting through somewhat. Doing a little better on the cutting. Alright. Okay, well, that's somewhat done. How about you? Well, I can see why particle board was kind of the suggested thing to do, because the waviness of corrugated cardboard is making this difficult to do really good cuts on. Really good. Maybe if I was a little better at positioning it, it would be better, but so that edge looks reasonably good. I am going to put the other side on and then see about improving it all. I don't believe that there is a recommended directionality of one side with the other. I think however you put this on is fine. But alright, so that is what I'm looking for. That. Let's see if we can get that onto there. That's coming off on that side now. Thought I did a reasonably good job of gluing, but maybe not. Alright. So working on the edges. This needs to be dealt with. Oh, we can do it on this side. That's not great. Well, it's getting better. I'd like to. Well, for a first attempt, it's not terrible. Oh, yes, you can hear me. Good. So, yes. This is a tile. Doesn't look too terrible. It looks usable. And instead of just two pieces of paper glued together, it's easier to pick up and flip, and it's got some more heft to it. So, let's see if we can do better on our next try. I want to do a better job of getting the corners glued and the edges. edges seemed to be okay last time, but the corners were just not as cooperative as I would have liked. Yeah. Alright, get a lot of glue on there. There we go. And let's see, maybe match the edges there. Are you not going to stick? What is your problem? Thought I did a reasonably good job of getting the glue on you. You are having a problem as well, apparently. So, stick down. There. And, oh, no, really. How is it that these corners, I mean, I thought I put a bunch of glue on there. Corners were not cooperating. All right, and glasses back on. Glue, do your work. So I'm not going to stick there? Huh. Well, seems a slightly better first cut than the last one, but still not great. Maybe if I glue the cardboard instead of the piece of paper, get some extra glue there. Maybe that will be better. We don't know. We will try. Well, I'm going to glue the paper as well. Just both sides. Whatever. Just use as much glue as I need to. Glue is not expensive. And so, here we go. Another piece. Oh, too much glue. Well, at least not gluing my fingers together. That's always a problem. Last time I used the rubber cement on something, I actually did get a bunch of glue on my fingers, and it was not good. It was a problem. All right, so it eventually all came off. So yeah, that looks good. I'm going to put a bunch of glue on the cardboard again. And a bunch of glue on the paper. see how it works. I would like you to be up to the edge, but not past the edge. There. Doesn't look too bad. Time for cutting. Like this. And if you can see, it says JCD there. That's the particular Piecepack set. It's the JCD Piecepack. So if you go to the JCD, sorry, to the Piecepack website, if you want to make your own Piecepack and want to do the same one that I'm doing here, look for the JCD Piecepack. It is the special thing about this is that it is designed to be all black and white, so it's colorblind friendly, whereas the design of the original Piecepack, it's designed to be in color. So there. More gluing. Lots of glue. But I have, I don't know, 3 more glue sticks somewhere. If I run out of glue on this glue stick, I got more sticks that I can use. I don't want my glue there. That's not helping me at all. That's a little bit too much glue. No, come on. Spread. You're supposed to spread. Well, I don't know where to put that now. Right there, I guess. Okie dokie. Here we go. Yeah. 3 down. 3 to go. Piece of paper or something I can sure, this piece of paper for instance. Alright, let's stick the cap back on. So yeah, I think my next game crafting stream is probably going to be another Looney Pyramid stream. I'm going to do more of these things. As I said, I want to get enough done that at some point I can play a game with them. I'm sure there are some games that you can play with just 2, but more is better. And then the game crafting stream after that will probably be another suit of these. And then after that, my plan is that I'm going to do something at least a little bit simpler than these game crafting streams have been. These are somewhat complicated, so I'll probably do something that maybe not as simple as one of the 9 card ones, but maybe I'll do Dectet. Dectet is a a deck of cards, but not the regular playing cards that people are used to. They have a different suiting system. They have anywhere from 0 to 3 suits on a card, and they're very fanciful. I actually have, oh come on, you want to open, don't you? Have some that I bought. So, not that I didn't craft these myself, quite obviously. So, yeah, the Excuse doesn't have any suits at all. That has 3 suits. There's one with 2 suits. The suits are these things here. And there's 45 cards in a deck. You may ask, why would I bother crafting another deck? Well, some of the games use multiple decks that are made for Dectet. So it's always good to have an extra deck. And I do have, this is 2 decks, but this deck is kind of a weird Art Deco deck, I believe is what it's called. Anyway, so that's my plan, is another Looney Pyramids crafting stream, another Piecepack crafting stream, and then probably I'll be crafting a Dectet deck, which I'll be using that rolling cutter that I mentioned earlier in the stream. It's all just, you know, crafting a deck of cards, it's all just straight lines, so it's a lot easier to deal with. Obviously, could have done the paper cutting for this on the rolling cutter. That would have been easier. But then I would have gotten to the cardboard here. You really can't use that for cutting cardboard like this. Right through, yes. All right. I imagine there are rolling cutters you can use for cardboard, but not the one I have. It is not designed for that. All right. Last time when I was doing the Looney Pyramids, I put away the knife. I actually retracted it every time. I don't need my glasses on to do the gluing. I retracted it every time I was done with a cut. This time I do not feel quite the need to do that. Alright, get this all glued up. That actually stayed down a little better than some of the other ones were. More excess glue. Up. Well, that's not perfect, but usable. Another tile. So what have we got? The 0, the 1, the 4, and the 5. We still have the 2 and the 3 tiles left in the tile stuff. And then onto, I'm not sure which, maybe the dice and the pawn? Yeah, the pawn I'm not planning on using cardboard on. The coins I will be. The dice I'm just going to be using, I'm going to be gluing the paper faces to the dice that I have, and then, yes, these special star coins, I'm going to be using cardboard for those. That should be fun, little fiddly cuts. I always wonder about Twitch and how they count. Doing some gluing. I really don't need the glasses on at the moment. How they count viewers. It's got to be... I mean, they must have put a lot of effort into figuring out how many viewers you actually have as opposed to, view bots. They must spend a lot of time on that because it looks like I have a number of view bots in my channel right now. I'm not sure how many of the viewers there are in my channel that are view bots and how many are real people. I don't know if the people who run the view bots think they're helping. I don't really think they are. I was just checking on my channel going, well, what does that number really mean? Looked at viewers and went, wow, those are all view bots, aren't they? So my wife is not a view bot, obviously, and Mr. 1232 is not a view bot, and Ganorian was not a view bot, but yeah, there's a bunch of these people in here who aren't really people, as far as I can tell. Anyway, just something I've always wondered about on Twitch. Now I'm doing some cutting. I should probably put my glasses back on. All right. Come on, why are you not cutting the way you should? Cut, cut, cut. You're a sharp knife. Do some cutting for me. There. Yeah, cardboard doesn't seem to be perfect as a base for these things, but it seems to work. I mean, it's giving me the thickness that I want. And what the heck? It's just not wanting to cut through this. There we are. Just had to apply a little bit more pressure. The heft, the thickness, and hopefully the durability, because two pieces of paper glued together, even if it's 110-pound cardstock, is not going to have the durability that you're going to get if you're glued to if you glue it to a piece of cardboard. All right, more gluing, less glasses. All right, that looks good. Didn't I have a... Oh, sorry, that's 3. I'm working on the back side now. Okay, so, absent-minded, yes, that's me. More glue. Use all the glue. There we are. Yeah, the concept behind the backside is that you're making something of, I believe, something of a board out of these things. And the front is used for other stuff, the number and the suit. All right, we are down to our last tile. Okay. Yep. We're gluing though, so I don't need those glasses right now. Excess glue, yes. All right, so that's a lot of glue. Now, yeah, I think gluing both sides is probably the answer. The problem I was having before with the corners and even somewhat of the edges coming up is solved if I just glue both sides. Unfortunately, I also seem to be getting a little bit of excess glue issue, but whatever. We will live with that. All right. I'm getting some glue on my hands. Wow, I'm getting a ton of Discord notifications about something. Oh, cutting. Put the glasses back on. All right, glue the other side. Piece of paper. All right. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3. Get that crud off of there. 4, 5. 0 through 5. Maybe that should be down here. And their other sides. As I said, I don't think, well, that's not good. I'm going to shave that a little bit. There, that's a little better. I don't think orientation matters with respect to the two different sides. If I am wrong, I will figure it out later. But there. So 1 suit worth of the tiles. Oh, that needs to be shaved as well. There. Not great or even really good, but acceptable. So we have coins, dice, pawn marker, so dice, 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 dice. A pawn, coins, and special star coin. What are we at? 2 hours now. Okay. Well, I think The next thing I do is going to be the, here, we'll put you guys over there, is the very simple pawn. I need to get that glue off my hands though. The idea here is you have a thing with a front and a back. I need to get this cardboard out of my way, since I will not be using the cardboard. It can be used on like the backs of those tiles for moving, or the front. Oh, that was not a good cut. There. Yeah, you probably can't see it, but there's sort of a little bit of bumpiness to these lines. And my guess is the idea is you cut off the bumpiness and not the rest. But that is so tight. Such a close cut that, what is that? Cardboard on my finger. It would take a lot more detail orientation than I have in cutting to get that done correctly. That is just very small margin of error. Wow, that was not good. That was, all right. Do I need to cut this again? Come on, there. All right. Yeah, see all this crud at the edge here? That's what I was talking about that I did not like. Come on. Go away. I want to get rid of you. So the way this works, when it works, is you fold. Hey, actually, do I have it? It's in here somewhere. I have a bone folder that my wife bought me in here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. Wouldn't that be nice to have? To fold this thing? Ah, there it is. Found it. So, that is what is called a bone folder. I have no idea really why it's called a bone folder. It's not made of bone. Maybe originally they were made of bone, but the purpose of it is to score lines like this one. Well, I'm not going to do it until I'm done cutting, where you need to fold something. And when I was doing the loony pyramids, what I used was the end of a paper clip. And that worked, but it was very hard on my finger. It certainly was not as good as a purpose-created tool, a purpose-built tool to do folding. So I'm hoping that that bone folder is going to be better. It comes with a board that has indentations on it. Whoop. I'm really not sure that that's enough of a... But I don't think I need the board to do what I'm doing here. just trying to get it to fold along these lines that they have indicated. There. So hopefully, yes, that's what I wanted. I want it to fold along the scored lines. Next, I need to cut along this solid line. And along this solid line. There. So hopefully that's, yes, good. And then you fold, and you should be able to, if I had the manual dexterity, you should be able to, yes, do that. So that is what the pawn looks like. And the line here is to indicate the front. So it's got a front and a back, and then, you know, moves along or around on these sorts of things. It needs to be a little flatter on the bottom there, I think. Just crimp that down a little bit. And hopefully, yes, it'll stand up like that. So, yay, bone folder! I'm so happy to actually have something that is not a paper clip. that was it was not a pleasant thing to use. It was usable to do the folding, but it was not fun. All right, so what should I do next? I'm still worried about doing those circles. Yeah, so let's do a dice, some of the dice. I'm going to cut out one of the die, some of the die faces. Oh, and once again, it's got little indicators on here to indicate directionality. They want you to have get as much use out of these things. Obviously, some games will use the dice, some won't. Some will use the directionality and some won't. Some will not care about the suit, but may care about the directionality. It's all to give you flexibility in game design. Lots and lots and lots of games designed to use these Piecepack sets. And there's a wiki of a bunch of the games. I believe I mentioned that I linked to the Piecepack website. Let me just check. Yeah, I linked to the Piecepack website on my Discord. If you want to find my Discord and you're not a part of it already, if you're watching me via the web, you can go to the info boxes down below my stream, and there will be a link to my Discord there. And I think there's a link on my YouTube page as well. I'm not positive. If there isn't, I will put one there eventually. So there's a channel. Let me check it. Yeah, card and board games. The card and board games channel of my Discord. I put a link to the Piecepack website, and that has a link to the wiki of games. Or you can just Google Piecepack, Piecepack, to That should get you to the website. Move over there, please. And why are you being obnoxious? There. Now this is kind of weird because you're supposed to cut these apart. But you'll notice that this line is very similar to the other line, so I'm going to be cutting that line in half. I don't like that design. I do not like that design. Preferred. Oh, come on. I'm supposed to separate. That they have this line that I'm cutting be, say, double thickness, if they're going to print it like this. But, whatever. I don't think there's any perfect way to do this. Cut. All right. And as I said, I have this rubber cement here for these because I do not think that the glue sticks are going to glue these pieces of paper to the dice in a way that I find acceptable. And I'm hoping that the rubber cement will do it. Alright, so that's the cutting. I'm going to put you away now. Now the gluing. So, that's 0 corresponds to 1 on the die. So I'm hoping, yeah, that looks perfect. And then if I were to use one of these, I'm guessing there's going to be a little, yeah, that's not, I don't like that as much. It's not terrible. I mean, it gives you the idea of what you want. It gives you a face and a direction in the suit, but I like the size matchup more on these dice, the ones that were from the generic yacht that I picked up at Dollar Tree, as opposed to these larger dice, which are less expensive, but all right, come on, you gonna come off? Do I need to go get a pliers? Do I have a pliers? Well, let me try this. Ah, there. I could just use my pants. All right. Ooh, this is a mess. All right, so get out of the way of the glue. Put a dab of glue on here. All right. Hopefully no more glue will come out. Smear you around a little bit. And as I said, 0 corresponds to 1. 0 side. And get you as square as possible. Ew, lots of extra glue, unfortunately. So obviously that's going to have to cure for a while. Oh, wow, that's going to stick to me. Oh, no. So we look for 2 as our next side. And 1, this is the 1 indicator. I'm not sure how they came up with that, but that's the 1 indicator. Get some glue on the 2 side. Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to use this right away. Those tiles, that glue is going to set pretty fast. This is going to take longer. But hopefully it will work. I don't know that there's any particular orientation that's right versus wrong on these. So I'm not going to really futz with that, but all right. Just don't want it to stick to my fingers forever. Yeah, you can see how I am having issues already. Anyway, so put a little bit of glue on here. No, a little bit more than that. Yes, there, that's probably too much, but whatever. Spread it around. The toothpick. It's glued up as my fingers are right now. I could probably just use my fingers, but let's not. Wow, look at that. It's like a magic trick. Little strands of glue connecting things. All right. And try to get you squared up as much as possible. All right, so 4. Please dry. Anyway, so yeah, and there's no way I'm going to be able to use these anytime soon, but eventually this glue will dry out, and hopefully I will have a custom Piecepack die. Yeah, that looks probably enough. Smear it around. So, quit moving around there. Ah, there it is. For a moment I couldn't figure out where 4 had gone. It had moved away and wants to be attached to 5. Both of which now want to be attached to my hand. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it right now. Alright, and you moved again. Yeah, it's kind of fortunate that they don't dry right away because I keep shifting them. Alright, little bit, a drop of glue. There we go. Smear it around. And which one is that? That's 5. So I want 4 to go on the 5 side. And then last, and certainly not least, in fact it's the largest number, on the 6 side, come on, a little bit more. That's about right. We put the 5, because it's 0 to 5 for Piecepack, not 1 to 6. No, really. Come on. And here, and be in the right spot. And adjust these things a little bit. Come on. There. I think that. Ooh, that's not great. There. No. No. It's like get one side right, and then it screws up another side, and then another and another. But I think that's okay. I think that's, yeah, I think that's going to glue. I'm going to work. All right. I do need another, let's see. Use a paper towel, get all this excess glue off of here. All right. So that's one of the dice. I can put a link to the folder there if you want. So I'm not sure what you mean. You can put a link to what? Oh, there's a moth flying around down here. That's irritating. Stay away, moth. I do not want you on stream. I'm not sure what link you're putting in. You mean in my Discord? There's already a link to the Piecepack in that card and game channel. Oh, this is the bone folder and scoring board Kevin used in the last session. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Yes. Yeah. The bone folder. Yes, it's very nice. It worked very well scoring the folds for this. So useful. There. So next, I think I am going to brave the coins, the circular coins. I'm going to cut those. But first I am going to take a water break. I'm going to stretch my legs, and I will be right back.